Z from Zesters Lab again. Let's call this video Tips on how to make your rags to riches jersey. If you know me by now, I just jump in and start creating. I don't plan. I'm not a planner. So as I go, I need to find easier ways to make up for my jumping in before I think phase. So I've got lots of tips to tell you on how not to make your hippie jersey. One of the most difficult things of creating this thing for me is not knowing how it's gonna end. I don't know how it's gonna look at the end because you don't have a pattern. You know, it's even with all my granny square blankets I made, there was a pattern. I mean, you buy your yarn, you start crocheting your little blocks, you can use whatever color you want and you put it all together at the end. But you kind of know where you're going. With this, you actually don't know. I had the 3 photos on my Facebook of 2 were finished and 1 was the kind of pattern, you know, just how it's supposed to look at the end. So I started off by buying my yarn, colors that I thought I'm gonna like. It was kind of the same as one of those on the photos. So I bought my yarn and then I took one of my jerseys. I don't really have something that is similar to size than this thing. So I took 1 or 2 of my jerseys and I used them as my pattern. But now you must also know, when you start off with crocheting your blocks, one thing I thought you need to do is just go with the flow. So you just go and you sit and you just start to crochet. Different kind of color blocks, different size blocks, different texture blocks. Some you crochet tight and others you crochet loose, and it's different patterns. So I went onto my YouTube and I looked there for different kind of stitching, different kind of blocks that you can make. So yes, I did that as well. So you can see this one block, it's very loose. It's really kind of very loose. So that now I made a lot of those, and wow, then I got the blocks from my friend, and that's kind of tight crochet. So, you know, it's really hard to get this thing together at one stage. Because then I did all my blocks. Some were square, some were long, some were bigger squares. Different things. Look at that little block. Different colors, different things. And then you need to put them together. So yes, then I tried to put them together by using my jersey. You see, and then when I put it on, eventually I tried it on, it was too small. So then I had to make another lot of blocks to put it on into the sides. So what I actually want to say, and that is what this is teaching me: enjoy the journey. Creating this colorful, textured, lovely piece of artwork, it's the same as paint. Enjoy the journey. You know, most of us, wants to be in control. You want to know what's coming next. You want to know the end result. You want to know exactly the next step, like when you have a pattern. And that's easy, but that's not life. Life doesn't work like that. Life works like with this thing. You just start off. Yes, you can plan. It was very funny. I had my plan. That was the pictures of the other beautiful jerseys on my Facebook. So I had the pattern. So I started off, yes, choosing colors. That's quite similar because I really loved it. That's what I loved. And then I started off by trying to make something that's similar to those three. I mean, I didn't even choose one. Then I looked at one and then I looked at the other and I used this from the one and that from the other until I came to a point where I had realized something. Now I need to do my own thing. I've now messed up the other three, the ideas so much that it's now becoming my own thing. And isn't it the same with life? We start off looking at our parents and teachers and friends, and we want to be like them. And then we come to a point where we realize, oh, it's not working. It is not working. It's now my own life, my own thing, my own family, my own children, and nothing works. So I need to figure it out for myself. And that is what something like this teaches us. So yes, in the previous video I made, I said this is going to drive a perfectionist crazy. And yes, it was actually driving me crazy because I couldn't crochet fast enough and get it to this stage fast enough so that I can see where I'm going. And I missed the joy of the first 2 days. And that is what we do with life. We miss the journey because we want to get to the end result, whatever we think that's going to be, and it never turns out as we anticipate it's going to end. So the same with this thing. I am now putting it together to the best of my ability. Now, you must also know I am not a crochet expert. I always laugh when I say the word expert because my little grandson always asks me, Oma, what are you an expert in? And Opa, what are you an expert in? Now, yes, I'm not an expert in crocheting. I went to give an art workshop at Clover Mama Africa, and then while I was waiting for my workshop, I flew in a day early. They were busy with a crocheting course and they said, do I want to join? And oh yes, I always wanted to join. So there they taught us how to crochet a handbag. And the thing with crochet, with one stitch, 2 stitches, you can do a lot. So I actually only know how to do a couple of stitches. And I really also don't know how to get the blocks really, how to fasten them together and how to get the different things to get together. But it's trial and error. Same with life. It's trial and error. We don't know. And I'm learning. So this is a new stitch that I've learned. I love doing it. Net stitch or something. So this is a little block that I made for my son's crochet blanket. I made one specially for him. And at the end, he's also not very fond of his mother's crocheting. And my children in Thailand, I mean, it's so hot there, they cannot use my crochet blankets. So once again, I've learned you do things for yourself because you love it. At first, I was a little bit taken aback because what I'm going to do with all my crochet blankets because my children doesn't want it. So who cares? I love making them. I love creating this So I'm starting off creating something for me that I love. And the same, let's go back to life. I create my life so that it brings me joy. I find the joy in my life. My life's not your life. You will find joy in different things. So yes, my life jersey is really teaching me once again to really enjoy the journey, to just go. It's trial and error. So after, when I'm finished, I don't really want to pick it up because, there's still pieces lying there. But when I'm finished with this, you can see it's going to be something. I haven't even looked at this. So it's going to be something like this. I actually don't think I'm going to make long sleeves. I don't know, perhaps I am, but I actually just want this to go over my winter long things, just nice and loose. I also didn't want it too long. I like my t-shirts underneath, and then just this a little bit shorter with my ski pants. So yes, I am really creating this for me. And now you can see it's this, when it's done, getting all the blocks in place, then the fun's going to start. Because then you put on all your nice little things. You can see this is a little flower I made years ago when I made the handbags. So I'm going to put flowers on, and I'm going to put hearts on, and I don't know what I'm going to put on. But you know, that's actually what's going to make it interesting. That's going to be the things that's going to bring it all together. Now, I even got this red, orange flower. Look at this round thing I made. I actually put it here and it didn't look good when I used brown to put it on here. And then I had to cut that out and I put this, and I thought, I'm going to put this nice and loose on. You can see it's a little frilly thing. So yes, this is my life. You've got your life. And we all are creating our own masterpieces. But, and this is always a huge but, let's start to enjoy it. Let's start to enjoy the journey. Let's start to enjoy the process. Let's start to enjoy this minute. What we're doing today. Not worrying about the end result. Not worrying to live our life like a pattern. We are free to do just what the Spirit in us allows us to do. Day by day, minute by minute, and I'm looking at my thing and I think it's going to be freaking awesome. So yes, why not try one? I mean, this was really very, very cheap. I think it was less than 100 Rand for my 6 yarns. And look on YouTube and just start to make blocks and create. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for joining in. Zetster from Zetster's Lab with all her crazy ideas. And in the process, we are all learning to enjoy our life. Have a fantastic day. Even in lockdown, I'm having a ball. I'm creating. I am at peace, knowing all is well. And there Hahha is coming. He's working in the garage. Do you want to show them how you are looking while you work in the garage?
No, you can show them what we're doing.
They wouldn't then not gonna know what you're doing, even if I try to show them. Right, see you again. Have a fantastic day.